All right, we're gonna try this again. I mean, geez, Louise, man. Yeah, I thought Starlink was the future, but geez, apparently crap. That's the future it is. But you're Africa. Okay. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. Try this. Like I sent this link out to people, and like now and I sent the old link out to people, and then now of course the stream dies. But let's try a different, let's try a new one. Let's try a new link and let's see what happens. All right, let's try this. Ask your co-host. Okay. This is, I stand by my statement that this is somehow Matthew's fault. I don't know how, but let me look at, it's weird because it literally was telling me, it was saying reconnect, you need to reconnect. And I'm like, okay, well, where and how do I reconnect? There's literally no way to reconnect. And then anyway, because it's a webcam stream, I'm not doing with Streamlabs, although I feel like I should use Streamlabs. I don't know. I'm going to try. I just want to look at this for a second. Give me a second. I'm going to let the people, I'm going to let the stragglers come back in, and then I'll resume my story, because I was like in the middle of my story, and then I was talking about my dad, and then I started seeing people say RIP, and I'm like, wait. Does my dad, like, do they know something that I don't? Now, this is interesting because this like it says, okay, I'm going to share my screen and show, because it actually says here, this is, I'm going to show you why this is interesting. So if I share my screen, it says right here, excellent. Look, this is somehow Matthew's fault. Stream connection, excellent. So if this shits the bed, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But okay, so Henna is back. I'm going to let Matthew get back in the room and then see if anybody else joins. And we'll give it another shot. I was unable to join the last URL, but hopefully this connection is better. Just looking at it, this actually does look smoother, right? Like on the screen, when I would do this before, I could see that it was like that, right? But this actually looks very smooth, and it does look like the connection is better for all intents and purposes. Hopefully it is. Does it still say, I'm curious, does it still say excellent? Analytics. It still says, okay, wait, stream health. It still says excellent connection. So I'm going to go with excellent connection. All righty. So anyway, back, but not present. What? Okay. Anyway, so I was talking about my father, and I was talking about how at my first real job, my father, and he messages me. I don't know how much you guys did or did not hear. So I'm going to it was my first real job. And I used to work with my father before my first real job. And he messaged me this one day asking me if I could come to his office to work for him, because he was unable to distinguish between fantasy and reality. He was unable to tell what was real and what was not real. And he wasn't sure where he was or what was going on. He was just confused. And I was like, I can be there in a couple of hours. So he messaged me eventually saying that he was feeling better and that it was okay, that like whatever was going on had passed. So I remember he was like, okay, like the consensus was, okay, well, you still need to go see a doctor. Like whatever happened was not normal. And so over the years, he would have these, oh, now you can't, oh my motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm blaming this on Henna. This is Henna's fault. If Henna can't hear me, that's Henna's fault. Not my fault, that's Henna's fault. Are you serious? I wish somebody could confirm whether or not they hear me or not. Let me see. I can hear him fine. All right, that's Henna's fault. I'm blaming Henna. So my father, over the years, he would have these episodes where he was just utterly confused, where like for anywhere from 10 to 45 minutes, he wasn't sure where he was or what was going on. And then he would but he learned to like feel when it was coming on, and he learned to kind of deal with it. He learned the things that kind of helped him. Like he would say how like, if he just went and watched a TV show for a while, it would help his mind just kind of come back or whatever it was. So and it was often brought on by like a strenuous activity, like like running, or my father plays a lot of tennis, or at least he did. He plays pickleball now, but and things like that. But like, something that just kind of got your boom, 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 boom. Now, I was just talking the other day on Monday. I was just talking about how I have been having these like heart palpitations, or these kind of these episodes that are kind of like a panic attack, where it's I explained it the other day. It feels like my body is panicking, but my mind is like, everything's cool. Like, what do you like? Chill, everything's fine. So last night, I'm not going to get too graphic, but I feel that this relationship is doomed, because it seems that like all these health problems always revolve around the thing that adults do when they're together. And so last night we're chilling on the couch, like we're winding down for the day, and then things kind of happen. And there is a part of it where I don't really have a memory. All I remember, kind of like, my memory kind of goes from like the middle of the act, and then I'm on the couch, sitting on the couch. And then she, like, like women often do, waddle to the bathroom and then come back. And so she comes back, and I ask her, I say, I'm going to ask you a very strange question. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, when I don't want to be too graphic, but it was like, when did we finish? Like, when, because I don't remember. I remember being in the act, but I don't remember the conclusion of the act. And she's like, what? And then I just started to realize, like, I'm like, Kat, like, I'm not even sure what country I'm in right now. And she's like, and she starts like panicking more than I'm panicking, but then her panicking is starting to make me panic. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. But I honest, like, I knew, and I said this out loud because I knew I was with her. I knew who she was perfectly fine. And I even knew Botswana, but I was like, I know this place, and I didn't feel, but I couldn't put context onto it. And it was, and like from the bathroom, but she made tea. I don't even remember her making tea. Like, the couch is over here, and then the kitchen's over here. And she came to the kitchen to make tea. It was okay. Connection, not great, like your third world country or something. I know, right? Well, let me see what the health of the stream says. But is the audio okay? Because the audio is important in the video. As long as you can hear me smoothly, then it's okay. It says I have an excellent connection, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. But anyway, so I don't, and made tea, and my memory kind of picks up where she's in the kitchen, I guess, with the tea, and like it. But there was like this period of maybe 1 to 2 minutes where I blanked out. Like, I apparently at some point I went to the bedroom and got my phone, and then came back and sat on the couch, and then realized, like, wow. But I literally did not know what country I was in. Like, I knew my name, I knew who she was, I knew I was with her, but I was like, I literally told her, like, we could be in, like, I'm pretty sure we're in Botswana because I'm with you, and I know you're from Botswana, but we could be in South Africa or Senegal, or like, I really don't know. And it was fucking freaky. It was like, because I still had like my cognition, but there was just like, there was this and like I could feel it all in my frontal lobe. I could, like, it was like all, it was like a migraine. It was almost like, it was like, actually, it wasn't like a migraine. It was like when you're coming down from a migraine. And so if you've ever had a migraine, like, you just have this like terrible aching pain, and then you kind of come down from it. And it's like, there's this pressure, at least with me, there's this pressure that just kind of melts away over the course of like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And so my brain felt like that. It felt like the pressure was like melting away. And as it's melting away, like, I'm slowly coming back. Like, I guess the best way to explain it was like, I had lost context of my life. Like, like I'm just like I couldn't think of anything. Like it was like I could, but I couldn't. It was like new things, right? Like I knew I had a job, and if I had been asked, I probably would have known the name of the company I work for. But like the fact that I couldn't remember what country I'm in freaked the fuck out of me. So I called my father, and because Kat's there, she's trying to like comfort me. She's trying to, and like she's like, okay, well, let's calm down. I mean, she's very very practical woman. She is one of the most practical I wouldn't say necessarily logical, but practical, right? And so she's very just like, okay, let's just calm down. Okay, what do you remember? Like, how do you feel? Like, what do you need? Do you want to lay down? Do you want some water? Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, but I was able, in the course of this, I was able to remember that this sounds very similar to the type of thing that my father described. And so I asked, so I was like, I need to call my dad. I was like, this sounds like what my father is what my father has gone through. So Will Tyler says disassociation is apparently a classic symptom of panic attacks. Interesting. So what my father has gone through, and which I am tempted to say I experienced last night, was TGA, temporal global amnesia, and but the first question I asked my father was, does it like, because obviously he's known about TGA for years because this happened to him 25, 26 years ago. And so I was like, do you know if it runs in the family? Like, could I have gotten it from you? Could I have inherited from you? And he's like, well, he's like, it's really like, there's not a lot of evidence to suggest that it's hereditary, but I don't know. So let's see. Common triggers. TGA most common affects individuals between 50 and 70 years old. Episodes are often sparked by sudden physical or emotional stress, such as strenuous physical activity, sudden immersion in hot or cold water, intense emotional stress or pain, or sexual intercourse. So, what to do during an episode? If you or a loved one experience sudden memory loss, it is vital to seek medical attention immediately. Oops. Because TGA symptoms overlap with more serious neurological emergencies, medical professionals must rule out conditions like strokes or seizures. Once a doctor confirms the diagnosis, the treatment is simply reassurance and watchful waiting until the memory returns. And like that's what I knew from like what my father had told me over the years, that's like what I just need to just kind of wait it out. That's what he always said. He was just like, just wait it out. And he said, if you have any aspirin, take the aspirin because, you want to encourage blood flow in your brain, and the aspirin will thin your blood, encouraging blood flow, blah, blah, blah. And so I spoke to my father, and let's see, how long did I talk to my father last night? I'm just curious to know how long that conversation was, because it felt like it was an hour. Not that I don't love my father, but it was, he called me at 2 a.m. Wait a minute. Let me see. The conversation was 12 minutes and 15 seconds. So it was, let me just respond to that. Okay. So it felt like an hour, but so I remember calling him, and like, he just kind of just talked me down. Like, I mean, not that I was like panicking or anything, but just like talked me, just like, it's like, you're going to be fine. Just chill, just relax, watch some TV, stay hydrated, take some naproxen or some aspirin. It's going to be, and after half hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, like everything was cool. Everything was cool. Low oxygen from sleep apnea. So I do not have sleep. Well, I can't say for sure, but I do not have sleep apnea. So I was a horrible snorer. And horrible. Like, I'll have to find some pictures, because I use this app called SnoreLab. I haven't used it in a while, but it was like off the charts how much I was snoring. And like people that I slept next to, they couldn't be, like, most nights they could not sleep next to me. And so, but I had this growth on my throat, on my tonsils, and so they just took my tonsils out. Now that sucked because this was like 3 years ago. So I was like in my late 40s when they took my tonsils out, which of course, getting your tonsils removed gets harder as you get older, but luckily I got through it. But since I had my tonsils removed, like I use the Snore app occasionally and it is never given. I snore probably like normal people, or like the normal amount of snoring, or not an abnormal amount of snoring, but I'm not discounting what Not Sure says with the low oxygen from sleep apnea, but I think that I think that the people that I've slept next to in the past couple of years since I had my tonsillectomy would tell me if I was snoring really bad. And like every now and then, like my wife would tell me like, yeah, like, oh, you were snoring really bad last night, but that just probably just from being clogged or something. So but I think on the regular, I'm not a big snorer. Since I got my tonsils removed, I don't really snore that much. So I don't know. Hannah says she thought the same thing as Not Sure. Well, you're both wrong. Okay. You're both wrong. Just take that. Just accept it. Sleep apnea can appear without snoring. All right, well, you got me there. I mean, if that is true, can you have sleep apnea without snoring? Yes, you can absolutely have sleep apnea without snoring. This is often called silent sleep apnea, and especially common in women. Well, I'm not a woman. Individuals with central sleep apnea are people with UARS, upper airway resistance syndrome. Okay, symptoms: extreme exhaustion, brain fog. Okay, well, let's take the brain, because the brain fog symptom listed here sounds like a more continuous condition, something that's just like a constant background feeling, which I don't really have. Extreme exhaustion, no, and need to nap. I mean, I love naps. I nap because I love napping. Even after spending enough time in bed, it is like no, like that. Like the past 3 nights, I have slept 7 hours, 8 hours, and 6.5 hours, and I have not napped. I have not napped. I have laid down because of the panic attack feeling that I explained the other day, but I have not napped. Morning headaches, dull pressure-like headaches upon waking caused by slight oxygen drops overnight. None of that. Nocturnal choking or gasping, I wouldn't know about that, but I will say I don't remember waking up suddenly, because it says waking up suddenly feeling short of breath or like you are choking. It's possible that happens and I don't remember it, but I don't remember it. And I feel like my partner would maybe also be affected by that, which I've heard nothing about. Restless sleep or waking up multiple times during the night. Nope. That happens to me often when I go to a new place, but that's just a matter of just adjusting to the place. Like the first, I guess, 2 or 3 nights that I slept here, like I didn't have a good night's sleep, but I was in a new place, right? That's just how it works with me, at least. Like my first night in a hotel, it's always an awful night's sleep, always an awful night's sleep. But the second, third night, always better. Dry mouth or sore throat, waking up with a parched mouth, often because you are unconsciously breathing through your mouth at night to get air. No. Mood changes, increased irritability, anxiety. Fuck you guys. No. And teeth grinding. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have sleep apnea. Like, I mean, none of like really, like the only symptom I kind of have maybe is the waking up, but I think that's mostly related to going to new places. I travel a lot. So even like when I go back to my house in Virginia after being away, like it still takes me 2 or 3 nights to adjust to that. So I don't know. None of this really. And Not Sure says, I agree with Miss Huna. Well, you guys can keep agreeing with each other all you want, but you're wrong. I don't have sleep apnea, you fucks. JokeSpot says it's lupus. It could be lupus. It might be lupus. I just know that I've been here for 7 years and the drugs don't work anymore. No, JokeSpot will get that. It's never lupus. It never is. But so, I mean, just this entire, like, just this entire, like, act of not being able to, somebody's coming by selling bananas, but not being able to determine what country I'm in, it freaked the fuck out of me. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. And then like now, like I feel like even now as I talk about it, I'm starting to feel something in my head, but I think that's just the power of suggestion as opposed to something actually happening. So I don't know. I think you guys just want me to die. So you're trying to just, it's probably brain cancer. If I had to guess, it's probably brain cancer. Let let me go over here really quick. Let me just check these messages really quick. How's it going? Let me see. I'm ordering lunch because it is 12:30 a.m. p.m. 12:30 p.m. here. Let me see. But but then there's also like I what I don't even maybe I am dying. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe you're right. I don't know because I feel like my memory is just getting worse. But I feel like that has my prolonged Ambien usage. I got on Ambien. So my journey with Ambien, as people like to say, my journey with Ambien began when I was hanging out with this girl from Bangladesh back in 2007. Nothing like nothing. It was nothing serious. It was just kind of like a casual kind of like, hey, you're bored, I'm bored. Let's go get a couple drinks, go back to your place, and hook up, kind of thing. Humble brag, right? So, but I don't even remember her name, but I remember telling her about this is the main thing I remember about her is that I remember telling her about my sleep problems. And she's like, oh, let me give you something. Try this. And she gives it to me and she's like, just take half. Trust me, you only need half. And I'm like, okay, because like I had terrible insomnia. So I take so I don't remember if it was that night, but I just remember at some night soon afterwards, I took half of an Ambien. I did not know sleep could be that good. I did not know, like, I had forgotten just how fucking amazing Ambien is, or oh, I'm sorry, how fucking amazing sleeping is. There are the joys in life for me are a good meal, good sex, a good poop, and a good night's sleep. And it was like at this point in my life, I was not pooping well. At that point, I didn't know it was cancer, but I was not pooping well and I wasn't sleeping well. The other two things, luckily, they were going good. But and so that pill just was like, wow. And so my doctor just like, oh yeah, no, here's a prescription for Ambien. Sure, take it. And so I remember before I got diagnosed with cancer, I wanted to wean myself off of it because everything I had read online was like, don't get addicted to it. It's meant for occasional usage, not every night. And so I had started to get off of it when I was like leading up to my cancer diagnosis. But then I got diagnosed with cancer, and I was like so fucking stressed and depressed and panicking that like I just went right back on it, and I never got off of it. I have used Ambien. I can remember maybe 4 or 5 nights since 2009 that I have not taken Ambien. So that's 15, 16 years, 17 years almost, 17 years of constant Ambien usage. And if you look at like the Ambien side effects, like the long-term side effects all include long-term and long-term. They all include some type of amnesia. They all include some type of like dementia. And let's see. Like confusion, anxiety, okay, what are the long, oh my God, come on, just give me anxiety, nightmares, insomnia, feelings of withdrawal, family problems, unemployment, hallucinations, depression, drowsiness, dizziness. Okay, so apparently I'm okay. Well, wait a minute. Maybe dementia's not on here. Ambien in dementia, but I guess dementia. How do you spell dementia? There we go. Ambien and dementia. But the one good thing, I guess, the one thing I've got going for me is that the people who, from what I have, oh my God, I'm raw dog searching with my Naughty Boy browser. That's got to be dangerous. The one good thing is that people who experience those types of symptoms when taking Ambien, the symptoms usually abate. They usually go away when you stop taking Ambien. So anyway, And then, like, I am deathly afraid. I am so, and I'm deathly afraid of getting dementia. Like, I I'd rather get Parkinson's than dementia, I think. No, I think, yeah, no, no, I think that's definite. I think that's definite, right? Like Parkinson's also scares me, like the idea of just like the shaking and not being able to control your body, like that freaks me out. But I think I would rather have that than dementia because at least with Parkinson's, you still have your wits about you. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Mm. Are you guys still with me? You guys still did I get knocked off? Like with the chat rooms quiet, I'm scared that like I got knocked offline. But no, it looks like I still have a good connection. So I'm going to assume that you guys are just quiet and not talking to me because you're mad at me because I'm so good looking. So that's the assumption I'm going to go with. Oh, let's oh, my stars and garters. What's going on here? Ugh. Okay, let's do something. Let's I got Unity loaded up. So let's go ahead. Let's share the screen. No, you were just rambling. Yeah, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do on the stream? What am I supposed to do other than ramble and talk? Jesus Christ, some people you can't keep them happy. God. Oh, no, I'm going to join a stream. Yeah, I just want to watch you sit there and do nothing. Okay, I can do that. Old man yelling at you know what? Not sure. Can you ban this guy? Ban this Joker. Ban Joke Spot. No, don't actually ban him, but ban him. Just don't ban them, but ban them. I want them banned, but don't really. I don't want you really ban them. All right, let me go ahead and share the screen. Complain about your cable modem. I'm complaining about my okay. God, give me a little, give me a little something. Give me a little credit. I'm not sitting there yelling that my Norton antivirus I bought in 2004 doesn't work on Windows 11. Like somebody we know. All right, so let's see what we're going to work. Starting to look at the other day when we realized, oh, streaming was not doing well with Unity. But let's see how it goes if I run Unity while streaming and sharing the screen. Let's see how it goes. Your chat didn't seem to scroll when you had it on screen, was missing my best comments. I did see it. I saw your comments. Okay, so let me know how smooth this is because the game's running right now. And everything feels smooth. Like the computer in general feels smooth to me. But I did see that somebody is in Discord. Is somebody complaining about, okay, live stream chat. Why are my chat messages not showing in chat when you show it on stream? I get banned or something? Oh, okay. I don't know. What chat messages weren't there? Sleep apnea, my friend. Okay, Hannah, well, Tyler. It's never lupus. Well, I think you are experiencing dementia and you don't know what, and you didn't actually send the messages. You just thought you sent them. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah. Oh shit! Jesus Christ! Holy cow! That just went from 0 to 60 really quick. Oh shit! Shit! That's right, motherfucker. You died. That's right. That's right. That's right. You failed. You're a failure. That's why your dad never loved you. And okay, such a great game. I mean, this game's looking fantastic. What were we talking about working on? We were talking about making the game winnable. I think it's going to be easier to make it losable first. Like it's losable now. Like if he shoots you, like let's make sure that still works. Like if the guard actually kills you, then the game should end. Let's see. Let me know how the stream is performing with the game running. Okay, so let's come over here. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. Over here. As soon as I respond disrespectfully, he just starts shooting me. Okay, so I died. There we go. Okay, but I pressed the button. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think that's good. Remote diagnosis, fear of impotency, manifesting as panic attacks. Well, being with a younger woman will do that to you. Anyway, all right, so let's come over here. Speaking of, let me check those messages because I want to see if I can get lunch. Still in the bush, haven't done underarms yet. Okay. All right, so All right. So I think I was getting ready to say something that I've wanted to say for a long time, but I'm afraid it's going to come across poorly, and not to this crowd. So not to the few people listening, but to so I've traveled to, let's see, I've traveled to South the countries in Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Senegal. Am I forgetting anyone? That's only 5 countries, and I think there's like 30 some countries in Africa. How many countries are there in Africa? Now, I 4. Wow, okay, it's a lot more. Oh, and Seychelles. Seychelles counts. That is an African nation. The Seychelles is an African nation. So it's 6 countries. Um, South Africa is the only one I've been to that has McDonald's. Every single one, every single African country has a KFC. Just saying. Just saying. Everyone I've been to. Granted, that's only 6, but I'm sure that there. Let's see. Is there KFC in Eritrea? I'm just curious. Is there KFC in Eritrea? Okay. Wow. There's none. Okay. Yeah, I knew that. See, that's why not sure. Can you ban Will Tyler also? Please ban him. Okay. All right. So what are we going? What were we? What was I adding the other day? Oh, I was okay. I wanted to look at state manager. Yeah, this is it. Let's load this up. Okay, games something. Okay, let me go over. Let's actually go to the. We need the main menu. The main menu scene is what we need. Because I remember doing what I'm about to do. I remember doing this when I was in Virginia. So we're going to need to do it here, but I didn't check that code in. All right. So I think all we need to do is just, let's see, canvas, main control, get button panel. There we go. Easy, easy. Duplicate that. Perfect. Rename this to load. Okay. I got a load for you. Check out the load on this guy. Ha! Okay. Okay. Target graphic, load image. Did that change automatically to what I named it? Load 2. It does. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna do this stream outside, but like I said, like I can hear the kids crying, and I can see them walking around. So I'm gonna let the kids be kids without some weird white guy talking to himself in the backyard. Like that, like Daddy, why is that white man speaking to himself? Okay. So I want to look at the play button. I want to see how these actually work in terms of, let's see, button, play button, target graphic. Okay, scene loader. Okay, so all right, I remember also talking because I was going to add another scene for the loading screen, but Matthew was like, "Nah, just have a new canvas." So I guess we could do that, right? Like we could do something like this, like duplicate the entire canvas, rename it, canvas load screen, load menu. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then let me make this one invisible. So now this one should be the one we're actually looking at, right? Yes. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to check the comments. I'm going to check. Let me see my lunch order really quick. Let me see. Okay. Yep, still says excellent connection. So I think that the other day, I mean, how is this like how is this how smooth is the stream and the audio and the video? Like, is it? You guys aren't complaining. I'm still connected, so that leads me to believe that it's actually pretty decent. So if that's the case, then I think the problem from the other day was simply that I just wasn't close enough to the router. That's the impression I'm getting at least. Okay, so let's go back over here. All right. Not bad. Okay, good, good. I don't know why there was such a hiccup with the first when I first connected. I don't understand, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's see. We have the canvas load menu. Let's see, button panel. So what we want is we want like basically just let's load up this shitty game written by some junior developer that barely knows what he's doing. Let's load this up and see what the loading screen was there. All right, let's see this stupid polyamorous skies. You know, some liberal nonsense. All right, library, poly skies. Okay. All right. So I'm just curious. I like to work by example. Delete, load, save. Why is there a save button? Oh, you can get to this menu when you're playing? Okay, continue. New game, load game. Okay, so I think we're going to have continue new. Okay, well, we're pretty much going to copy this, right? Okay, my computer is starting to struggle a little bit, but I'll close the game in a second. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So like I said, we're pretty much going to we're going to copy this. I don't quite understand why the save is there. Like I said, I guess you can access this menu during gameplay. So I guess that's why, but we're not really, I mean, I guess it would make sense, but it would actually, I guess, be a different canvas to have it during gameplay. Maybe we could copy it or something, but we'll see. We'll look at it. All right. Let me check. I'm going to check instead of checking on the stream. I'm going to check on my phone about lunch. All right. I'm asking if we want to do delivery or pickup. So let's see. Okay. So we got this over here. We got. So actually, I guess in the main menu, if we go back to the, okay, I'm going to actually, I want to delete this. I want to make sure that it's distinctly, I don't want to edit the wrong canvas. So I'm just going to remove a few buttons just to leave them like that. Okay. And I don't think the play button would make sense. I guess maybe it will. All right. So if I go over here, go back over here. So we would have a continue button, which is invisible unless there is a last game file of some type. And then we would have a, there we go. Yeah, continue new game load. So let's see. So play will become new game. Is that on my monitor? I think that's on the actual game. Okay, so it would be new game. And then we'll just duplicate this twice. Ugh. This will be continue, which will probably be invisible by default. And then we already have the load. So we have new game, continue, load. I do think it makes sense to put like the order, I think makes sense to have continue on top because that would That would be the preferable, and that would probably also be the most common thing that players are doing is continuing a loaded game or continuing a already saved game. All right, so we got that. Perfect. Now, the continue button we're going to hide for now, and then the load button will get us to a new canvas. So how is that going to work? Let's see. Is there a script associated with this main file? I mean, with this main scene, main menu controller. Is this something I added? It says main menu controller, but I don't know if this is actually doing anything. Let's do this. Okay, so Unity is going to compile it at least. Okay. I'm going to set a breakpoint. Yeah, but you see, like my head right now is really starting to feel like this thing is going to come back. Ooh. I just can't have sex again. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so here we go. We got that right there. We got that. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. Let's close this. All right. We got the pinwheel. Unity is reloading. Got to go to work later, Eddie. Good luck with the ED panic attacks. Screw you. Look like it is thread. Let me look at attack. So how do we want to do this? What we want is when we click load, we want the canvas to become invisible and not. So let's have, okay, I guess we could just do a game object, right? We can have two game objects. Serialize field private game object main menu panel, thank you, and then serialize field settings panel. I mean, the settings panel makes sense too, but okay, we'll just go ahead and we'll put it in there anyway, and then load panel is what we want. Now I should be able to assign them. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm hoping the canvas, yeah. I mean, it makes sense to have a settings canvas as well. But let's get the load canvas working, and then if that works like I think it'll work, then I think to add it. What is this attached to? How is there? Can I just do this? Main menu controller. Oh, okay. So, it's that's an interesting pattern. Okay. No, I like that pattern. Okay. So it's just basically an empty game object, and then it just contains some scripts that don't really need to be attached to anything. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like, that's a good idea. Like in the game scene, I feel like they're like all those singletons. Like, I think, well, maybe not in all cases, but I think in a few cases, it probably makes sense to have like a game manager object and just put the singletons under that. But wait a minute, there's a difference between attaching them and then instantiating them. I know putting things into the hierarchy is not necessarily instantiation, but that's kind of how I think of it. But okay, anyway, we'll come back to that later. So the main menu controller script, why is it not picking up the serialized fields? It should have the serialized fields now. Let's see if there's any messages. No, all right. What am I missing? It should have these because they're serialized fields. Main menu controller script. Let me make sure this is actually the same script. Which it is. It is. So let's just go ahead and make them public then. Okay. So Unity should reload. I should see them pop up over here on the right in the inspector. Oh, there they are. Okay. So main menu panel, I can put here. And then the load menu panel, I can put here. And then we can deal with the settings. You know what? I'm just gonna, whoops, I didn't want to do that. No. Bring me back. Bring me home. Bring me home. Bring me home. Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, let's just go ahead, duplicate that, rename it. Canvas settings. Okay, so now if I go back to the main menu controller, I should be able to do this. Yeah. Okay, this should be, the logic here should be easy enough, right? Really, we can just have a private game object active panel equals null. When we start it, well, actually, I guess it could actually just be this. Why did, okay, fine. Active panel will equal the main menu panel when we start. Okay, easy. So now there's got to be a, wait, no. We're gonna, yes. Okay. How do we want to do this? I'm trying to remember how to like actually do button actions. Like there's, like, can I do something like this? Wait a minute. Now awake is called before start. Can I do something like this? Well, no, let's see, main menu panel dot on connect or something, or on, no. Elapse, on mission started. Okay, those are callbacks. I want to like a click, like some type of, what if I just search for click? On click, add listener. Okay, I think that's what I want. But I guess you can't click the panels. So they're not going to have an on click event. Surely there is some event. Okay, first of all, they're game objects. So what are these actually though? They're just game objects. Oh, wait. I'm thinking about this wrong. Duh. Okay, so that's the panels, but then the buttons themselves actually would have objects as well. But I feel like I could do this without using C# objects. Right? Like, I feel like, let's see, if I look here. No. Here. If I look over here, button, on click, runtime only. Is static, name layer, broadcast message, send message, set active. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Set active, main menu. Wait. Load. Main menu false. Okay. All right. So then, oh, this is an ugly way to do it though. I mean, I can do it this way, it looks like, but this is an ugly way to do it. Set active, false, and then load canvas, load menu, set active, true. Okay. I guess that's actually not as bad as it originally seems, but let's look at this. Okay, so if we go to load, okay, that works. That works. I mean, that's that's pretty easy. I think that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so I guess what we need is a back button, and yeah. So let me see. We're gonna go over here. Did I do anything for settings? I feel like settings takes us to like an empty scene or something, but maybe we don't need a scene. We just need a. Okay, so settings actually doesn't do anything, which is actually good. So if we go back over to the load menu, we need a back button. Let's see, load that, disable that. Let's look at Matthew's abomination. Okay, he just closes it. Nah, that's too fancy. That's too fancy. We're a low budget. We're a low budget, inexperienced game developer over here. So no, none of that fancy stuff with the X in the corner like a window. Nope, none of that. None of that's going on over here. Okay, load text back. We'll even do that. Yeah, that's as fancy as we get around here. Okay, so let me see. Load. This is actually the back button. Rename. Back button. All right. And then I guess we can just add the actions here, right? So it'd be game object set active. I guess if I'm here, I don't need to set, I can assume the settings menu is already active. So I just need to set myself to unactive. All right, load menu. And then I need to set the main menu to active. Okay. And then while we're here, we might as well go and do the same with settings. So if I come over here, I'm going to disable settings. I'm sorry, disable load. I'm going to enable settings. I'm going to make sure I'm just going to change the text on this play button. This is a setting. Okay. Some setting. Click me. Okay. And then this can also just be a back button. And then here, all righty, come here. Oh, all right, here we go. So game object set active to main menu, and then to the settings menu, game object set active false. Okay, perfect. I am not confident I will remember the settings here. So let's see. I'm going to change the text again. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot. Okay, so we go to the load menu. Why did I have to click that twice? Was that just let me go back because I had to click it twice, but that might have just been like a slip on my part. So let's confirm that. Okay, so it's running. I click load. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. And then we're back. Go to settings. Settings. Oh, I didn't set the settings button in the scene. Okay, that's fine. That's easy enough. Oh, wait. No, here. 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 So I think I did overkill on the other one because the only thing I have to do, I think I added 3 actions on the load button, right? Um, if we look at the load button, which I'm just going to rename this to button. If we look at the load button here, yeah, I added 3 actions. The only thing I need to do is just disable the main menu and enable the load menu. I don't need this middle one here. How do I get rid of it? Selected minus. Okay, that should be fine, right? Because we can assume if we're in this state, we can assume that it's already deactivated. So if I go to settings, the settings button, I can game object set active to the settings menu, and then game object or to the main menu, set game object, set active, deactive. Okay, so now we should have basic navigation working. Settings takes us to settings, load takes us to load, settings, load. All right. And that's pretty good. So let's start with that. Let's start with that as a base. Let's actually do a new branch. Okay. Okay. So what was it? It was like application data, local and local roaming, and then there was the other one which I never heard of. There was local roaming and local something. I don't know if Matthew is able to. He's probably in his. All right, but what we need to do is somehow in C# get a user data, get a folder where we can write to, and then look in that folder to see if we have a saved game. So let's see. And we have to do that in an operating system agnostic way, which how is that compiled? Which I would assume Unity probably provides, right? So let's just go ask ChatGPT. Stand up done, but call with my boss in a few minutes. Unity has persistent path. You can write to that. Works on all platforms. Yeah, like I said, I assume that Unity had some type of API call where I can get a folder name or something. I was just going to ask AI. Standard Unity way to get a folder name that my game will have permission to which to write and read. Application persistent path. I'll verify that Unity 6. Okay. Why is this on high? It's just needed on medium right now. Okay, so save path, save directory, application per save directory doesn't exist, create it, return path combined file name. Okay. And then file, write all text. Okay. Okay, so this is actually going to be something. Oh, this game state manager. Okay, I got to think about how I want to do this, though. All right, so let me see. Testing that let me see, I probably need Unity system file or something. Unity system IO. Not Unity, using. I hate saves. I hate that name, saves. All right, we'll stick with it. But I want to know what folder this is. All right. Matthew has a big meeting with his boss in a few minutes, probably because his boss isn't happy with how late he starts his workday. Probably like, Matthew, if you want to get ahead in this company, you're going to need to, you want us to promote you. You're going to need to start getting up earlier. That's all we got to say. I bet that's what the boss is. And if he doesn't say that, send me your boss's name because I need to have a conversation with them. Okay, so this is users ADI library application support. Dogfinger Studios, St. Abilene. I will say that this stream is encouraging because it seems like it's smooth for you guys, right? So that means that, and because I'm in the dining room, typically I won't be streaming from here. The only reason I'm streaming from here right now is because I'm alone. But typically I probably won't be alone. I would imagine the majority of the days I won't be. So it's not that I'm alone like permanently or like she's out getting nails done or some shit. I don't know, some woman stuff. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I think, is get a fucking long Ethernet cable. Let me see something. So I just checked that, and it definitely has Ethernet ports. So I'm going to get a fucking long, run that shit all the way down the length of the house, outside and out back, and probably stream where I was streaming the other day. I think that's what I'm going to do. I probably won't be streaming Mondays and Fridays because that's on Tuesday yesterday because she had some stuff. But we'll see. We'll see if we can work around that. Anyway, so let me see. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to do a basic file check and then, on start. So I'm just going to save this away. I'm just going to save it away just so I don't have to calculate it every time. It's not like it's that expensive to save directory. And then, yeah. So I don't even need these. I think the only one I need is the continue button is what I need. And I still want to know why serialized field with the objects private didn't work. Serialized field. Okay, I guess I don't need this active panel object at all. I don't need these at all. I just need the continue button, save directory. Can I do something like this? If directory get files, okay, perfect. Continue button set active. Thank you, AI. Perfect. Perfect. We probably want to refine that later. I would imagine. Does this do globbing? I don't know if you can do globbing. Will it? It doesn't say. But we probably want to glob it, not just take any old there, but whatever. This will work for now. This will be fine. Let me go ahead and set that up in Unity, set that link up. There we go. All right, so we have the main menu controller down here. Come on. There we go. Okay, so continue button, which is here. So now if we create any file in this folder, this is going to be stupidly difficult to do for some reason. Thank you, Mac. Maybe not. Let's see if we can do this. Can we do this? What do I want to do? This. That's fine. Yeah, this is going to be stupidly difficult to do. Motherfucker. Okay, just give me the terminal. Just give me the terminal. Not cat. No, I need a. What the hell is the name of the? I don't want to use warp because it's so. All right, I'm just going to use terminal. Okay, so we should have a file in here now, which we do. And now the continue button should load up when we start the game. And if it does, I think we're going to call it a day after that. I have to, it's 7:30 back home, so I'm going to have to start getting ready for well, I worked this morning, so I need to put in a few hours this afternoon too. The US is going to start waking up, so I need to handhold those people for a little while. It has some lag, but watchable and audio good, maybe because you set them to null instead of default. Okay, so this didn't work, actually. This didn't work. Let's try this. I need to set my office up in the other room is what I need to do. But now there's like talk of like, depending on how things go with work and everything, like there's talk of like, oh, maybe we'll go to Cape Town. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to Cape Town. Or, and I know if Not Sure is listening, he's going to love this, or possibly going to Johannesburg. There are nice parts of Johannesburg. There are terrible parts of Johannesburg, but there are nice parts of Johannesburg too. So number of files and save directories, 1. So the problem here, I did set it, didn't I? It's not set. If I turn it on, yeah, it works there. Okay. Did I not set it in the game controller? Did I not set the correct thing? I might not have set the correct thing. Let me see. I'm going to rename it to continue button. Huh. Oh, wait. Oh. I didn't read the AI code. Oh, I didn't actually read what AI was generating. Oh, I actually wasn't paying attention. Oh, all right. So let's see. It should be okay now. Now, I don't know if this woman is picking up food or I said, will you pick up or do you want to order delivery? And she said, you can wait for me if you're not too hungry. And then I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't tell me if like you're picking it up or if we're doing delivery. Okay, it's still not working. Okay. All right. All right. Let me double check my logic. I apparently cannot write simple if statements. Okay. That time I can't blame AI for that. Okay. Okay. Let's press play. And the continue button is there. It doesn't do anything, but I think we have, okay, the new game should take us to, I guess I clicked a new game. Let's see if it actually takes us to a new game. Okay, it did. Because all we have right now are new games, right? We don't have any way to load anything persistent, but that's what we're going to work on. That's the next system we're going to build because this is not a game as much as it is a program of game systems. So I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm glad to know that it is at least watchable and tolerable. Not sure what to do about the time. I feel like 6 a.m. is going to be a little tough, but maybe it's not that bad. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I hope you enjoyed the stream. Matthew, get to sleep at a fucking decent hour tonight. Everybody else, be sure to click and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye, fellas. I said bye. Feels like an Arby's night. Yes, it does. It does. Bye.